evening, everyone, and welcome to Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi Corner. This is episode number 281, The Muppets Christmas Carol. Ho, 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 ho. And tonight, we will be discussing this classic from 1992, and I will lead it off like this. Who remembers this back in the day? It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest star, Mr. Ross Amico. Yay!
Hi, Roy.
Hey, Ross. How's it going?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun for us to kick off the month of December doing quote-unquote holiday month, and we came up with this.
We sure did. Yeah, I think there's an unwritten law now that I can't have the devil in a Christmas movie. So after several successive years, I think you put the kibosh on that.
Although
so now here we are at the Muppets. What's that?
I have no doubt you'll try to sneak it in somehow, Ross.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
But good triumphs over evil, Roy.
It does, where it's supposed to.
in those movies, anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But with that said, I want to say hi to some of the folks that we are out there. And I see Dennis Chevalier is heading up and saying hello to everyone. And he's joining us from Canada. Welcome, Dennis. Good to see you out there. And Shari's out there downstairs, and she's saying, "Hey guys, you sounded like Mickey Mouse." Lots of laughs. Yeah,
well, it's all the same family now. It's all Disney.
Yeah, it is all Disney. It's true. And she said,
Devil Muppet movie.
She said, "You mean there's no Devil Muppet movie?" Lots of laughs.
Yeah. The devil turned up on the Muppet Show. They did that. Devil Goes Down to Georgia.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, on the Muppet Show. So you can look for it on YouTube.
Oh, there you go.
If you need a hit.
I love the Muppets. I remember enjoying the Muppets, and they were on in the late. I think the Muppets came. The TV show I think started in '78, if I remember correctly.
76, believe it or not.
It was 76.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless I misjotted the date. I went through real quickly and jotted down. I think my cats are trying to kill each other.
Oh boy, there you go.
I might have to run to the next room. Yeah, go ahead.
They're going crazy over the Muppets. There must be.
There's this issue where if one runs under the tablecloth, the other one has to. It's crazy. No, it's craziness. It's chaos.
It's kind of how Squeaker and Marble used to be. They would be going, Squeaker would be Marble wouldn't harm a fly, and Squeaker would always, taunt Marble.
I have to drink myself into oblivion so I don't not worried about him.
Oh. But with that said, yeah. With the one thing that was really cool about watching the Muppet TV show is right before it would come on, you would get the ITC symbol. And it always reminded me of Space 1999, along with all the other folks that were 1999 fans. I'd be like, oh, yeah, that means 1999 is going to come on. And then you'd get, it's the Muppet Show with a very special guest star.
So is that your all roads for this week?
Is that my all roads? Yeah, leading to Space 1999. It's the ITC connection.
Yeah, the rainbow connection. Yeah.
It really is. It's so true. But no, I don't know about you. I always loved the Muppets. I always thought they were really cool.
Yeah, I mean, they were on. Yeah, they were in syndication, right? They would show them on all the off channels, and
they were on Channel 2, though. Believe it or not.
Was that what it was during the day on Channel 2?
No, they were on. I remember them being on at like 7:30 on Channel 2 during the week. I think.
I remember it well. Yeah, I don't know. I remember they were on I thought they were on the weekends too. I don't know. Maybe they reran them.
Sure.
But, yeah, I mean, I always felt like it was a little below my demographic. Like I was a little old for them, I felt like. But I watched them. And it was fun to see the guest stars and everything. They were never really funny.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I have to say, in regards to my two not all-time favorite, but two of my favorite characters from the Muppets were the hecklers, Statler and Waldorf.
Yes,
The guys in the balcony.
sure.
those two were hysterical.
Yeah.
Just the way
Well,
they
it's yeah, it's the idea. I mean, that's the thing with shtick. It's like the idea of funny that's funny more than the funny itself for me.
Yeah.
For me, but I like shtick, so
Yeah. Hey, Randy's out there from Wisconsin. Hey, Randy.
never too old for the Muppets.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I watched them on, before they were before they were still Muppets, but I watched them on Sesame Street, of course, growing up.
Oh, of course.
And have you ever seen clips of like pre Sesame Street when it was really bizarre?
Yeah.
So when they were doing them in the '60s.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So different.
I didn't realize he founded them all the way back in the '50s.
No, I didn't realize that.
I knew that they were on in the '60s, and a lot of those things apparently were wiped. They were like kinescope. A few of them survive, I guess, on kinescope, but yeah, it's a lot of those sketches are lost. But if you go on YouTube, you can still see some of them.
I know how that is, Ross. Lost videos.
Ooh,
Spock.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny that it went from this kind of Dada comedy, that adults would appeal to some adults, and then it became Sesame Street, and then they started to, as the Muppet Show took off, he tried to take it in a more adult direction with some other ventures. You remember when they were on Saturday Night Live for like 2 seconds, the Muppets?
Yes, vaguely.
Back in the mid-70s. Yeah.
Vague recollection of that.
Yeah. And then there was like Fraggle Rock and Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas on HBO. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that, Henson died young, but it's amazing how much he had already spun out of it by the time of his early death. How old was he?
I think he was only in his he was either late 40s, early 50s.
Yeah, 1990, I remember it was that he died, but I don't remember how. I knew he was very young. It was a shock.
But you know what's really scary about that is I think he had strep, if I remember from reading.
Yeah.
And he progressively got worse and worse, and he even, I think said to his wife, he felt like he was going to die. It was that bad. And then he in fact, he passed on my dad's birthday. It was May 16th of 90, which was kind of bizarre. But they got him to the hospital. I guess he was in New York, but and they gave him a lot of antibiotics, and they were really, trying to help him. But I guess it had just progressed so far. It's just so. Yeah,
it's a good warning to, if you feel like something's up, you should really go and get it checked out, because it was one of those things where he just waited too late. He had trouble breathing, and he said, well, I guess I better go to the hospital. And then by the time he showed up, it had progressed so far that, they couldn't save him.
Yeah, he was 54 years old when he passed.
54, wow.
Or 50, I'm sorry, he was 53. Soon he was going to be 54 in September. Yeah. But no, you're right. I mean, well, not to go down a morbid path or anything, but it was just even like what happened to me back in, the end of January, beginning of February. I was just so sick, and I just wasn't going to fool around with it. And I get how people don't want to, go to the doctor, don't go to the hospital, because it's like you're scared, you're afraid. But if you're in that realm, you have to act on it. So to Ross's point, if anybody ever, feels like something like, something's not right, you have to, for your own good, and make sure to, get to the doctor, get to the hospital.
Well, he also had such a work ethic, and he just wanted to keep pushing through. He had so many things he wanted to do.
Right.
How it is. You're supposed to do stuff all the time, but you want to do the fun stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, what am I going to do? Go to the doctor or work with the Muppets?
Yeah. There you go.
Do some more Muppet work.
Yeah. Yeah. Sherry said, he was 53. Yeah. Pigs in space, Randy.
Pigs in space.
Pigs in space. Yeah. I forgot all about that. That's cool. So, but yeah. In fact, Michael Caine didn't, interesting enough too, because you know the English connection and everything with that, he was not available to be in the Muppet television show, The Muppets, and he was kind of bummed about it because Roger Moore, who he was good friends with, had done The Muppets, and then there was some other folks. Because as Ross was saying earlier, each show would have a different guest star, and they've had many, many guest stars on The Muppets, and the folks that were on had a good time. It was fun.
Yeah,
so
and it was a hip thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it became cool to be on the Muppets, right?
And he missed out on that. So when this opportunity, I guess, was presenting itself, I mean, he really wanted to be a part of it, and he got in. But what is great about it is the way he does the role. I mean, he plays it super straight. I mean, he what was he quoted as saying? That he was going to play it like Shakespeare when he was doing the role of Ebenezer Scrooge. I mean, he was not working with Muppets. I mean, he just played it straight, and he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, it was impressive that he didn't camp it up. And some of the other people that they talked about that they had considered for the role, most of them I could see. It was people like Ron Moody, who played Fagin and Oliver. He would have been a good choice, but not as big a name, perhaps. Peter O'Toole was a name that was mentioned. David Warner would have been a good Scrooge. But one of the names was George Carlin, and that would not have worked. It would have turned into Bill and Ted.
I could not see George Carlin playing Scrooge.
That would have been a complete camp fest. He would have been funny, but it would have turned into the Bill Murray movie. It would have been Scrooged.
Right, exactly. But to be fair, he could have maybe would have played it straight. Maybe he wouldn't have done typical George Carlin, but
then it wouldn't have been any good. But Caine hit it just right. I love how they introduced him with the Dutch angle. The camera was always on a tilt when he was walking, and then they finally work up to the shot where he sits down. And you see his face,
like the Batman TV series when you'd see it was always on an angle, crooked.
Yeah. So he was, for me, he was the what anchored the film. He's what made it entertaining for me. Although there was some funny stuff with the puppets too. But it's geared to a younger audience than definitely. Somebody pushing 60.
Ooh. Hey, Martin's out there joining us from New York. Hey, Martin.
Hey, Martin. Gonna watch it with the grandkids. First, I have to have kids.
Oh boy. All roads lead to 60, Ross. That's next year.
We're not there yet. But so Charles Dickens, of course, we haven't mentioned him yet. And they had this device in this movie where they had Gonzo and Rizzo the Rat doing like a narration. Gonzo would do the narration and the comic relief was Rizzo there. And supposedly this was so they could work in some more of the narrative from Dickens' book, and they allude to it throughout the movie. But I noticed that they changed a lot of the dialogue, not to be funny, but because I think they were afraid Americans wouldn't understand what Christmas pudding was and that sort of thing. So they would change it to something like turkey, when they were like boiled in their own turkey instead of boiled in their own pudding. So there were a few places like that. So it's not like. I've seen commentary where it's like one of the most faithful adaptations. I don't think it's one of the most faithful adaptations. It's the Muppets.
It was the Muppets.
I don't remember any left-handed mice working in Marley and Scrooge and Marley's.
You don't remember that scene?
No, I don't remember that in the Dickens story.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say the scene in the movie. Yeah,
it's Cratchit. Yeah,
Cratchit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cratchit,
it was funny.
It was Kermit the Frog.
There you go. Yeah, so Henson was not alive for this. His son directed it.
Brian
Henson. Yeah, and first time director, right. and the fourth Muppet movie. Is that what it was?
It was the
The
fourth one.
fourth and the first one that that Disney was involved with. You know, they didn't own the Muppets yet, but
They were
they
paving the way.
They were paving the way. Yeah, we want those Muppets. And I guess originally it was going to be a television movie, and Disney stepped up and said, "No, let's make it a theatrical feature," and that's what happened. I guess there were a couple of pitches to Henson before he died to try to get the Muppets, and I think Henson was amenable to getting the production company in with Disney, but I don't think he wanted to sell the rights to the characters. I'm not sure. They offered him some insane sum though, like $150 million or something. Oh, bless you.
Thanks, Ross.
Yeah, it's and now of course Disney owns everything. So everything Netflix doesn't own.
Disney's got it. Martin commented real quickly and said, "I love this movie. Did you know that one of the shops has Micklewhite's as a shop name, which is Michael Caine's real name?" I did not know.
Yeah, Morris Micklewhite is his real name. So many actors, nobody changes their names anymore, I don't think, but up through it, you know, Jimmy Stewart, Stuart Granger's real name was Jimmy Stewart. Michael Keaton's real name was Michael Douglas. Cary Grant's real name was, it's a famous one too.
I know this one, and
it's really ridiculous. Yeah, it's I'll get it. Marion Morris was John Wayne. Archibald Leach was Cary Grant.
Ah, there you go.
Yes. So yeah, geez, I wonder why some of these guys changed their names. I guess the world wasn't ready for Morris Micklewhite.
Oh, Zorro, Guy Williams, and also Professor Robinson from Lost in Space.
Yeah.
His real name was Armando Catalano.
Oh my goodness.
If that does not sound Italian, I don't know what does.
Yeah. Wow. That I did not know.
May's out there joining us from Canada. Hi, May. Good to see you out there. She said, "Hi, everybody. I love the Muppets."
We should get everybody to name their favorite host for the show.
Yeah. For the Muppet Show? Let's put it out.
Favorite guest host, you know?
Yeah. Remember Mark Hamill from Star Wars?
Yes, I do remember when he was on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Peter Sellers
was a big name to be on there.
Yeah.
Linda Carter, if you're a Wonder Woman fan, she was on there. Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah.
And the list goes on. So the different. David Hemmings was one of the people that was mentioned. May have been in the running for Scrooge, but they got Michael Caine, and Caine, I think, lobbied hard for it. He really wanted the role. Yeah,
and I think he's quoted somewhere like this is one of his favorite movies, one of his favorite projects was working with the Muppets.
Yep, I did read that too.
Loretta Swit. Okay. Yeah.
That's right. Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone. That's right.
Oh wow. Aren't they rerunning? They're probably on Disney Plus. They're rerunning these things.
Probably now, yeah. They probably
so,
it up.
And I'm not giving Disney any money. So unless they come out with the Star Wars set. If they come out with the original cuts.
Less than 2 years away, Ross. I'm telling you.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
I'm banking on it.
Then Disney can have all my money.
I'm not sure what Shari was saying. She said we.
Maybe she was typing and it hit enter by mistake.
Well, that could be.
Unless you guys were in the Muppets. Were you guys did you guys co-host in the Muppets? My favorite was we.
Oh, she said we just watched Michael Caine on the Now You See Me movies. Yes, that's right.
Oh, Now You See Me. Right.
Yep, that's right. I was totally spacing on that. Randy said I own the DVDs. Oh, cool, Randy. Yeah, in fact, very much enjoyed that. The Now You See Me movies. Those we saw.
Isn't there a third one that's out or something?
Shari saw the third one. I don't know. We watched the first two together, but I'm not sure if who's in. I don't know if he's in the third one or not.
Because he's retired, so I don't know if he would have come back for that.
Yeah, he's in his 90s now, or young, or early 90s. Thanks, Randy.
Oh. Yeah. There you go. You should have sent it to him, Randy, before the show. Packed in bubble gum.
That was great.
And we're all out of Muppets.
No, Shari said he's not in the third one.
Yeah, I imagine not.
You know what, Ross? He's actually our age in that movie. And actually, he's 15. Well, you know what? He's probably actually younger because they probably shot it the year before. So he's like 58 in that movie.
Yeah, I forgot to calculate. I was thinking when I was watching him, I thought, oh, God, please don't let Michael Caine be younger than me in this movie.
Yeah.
Because most men do not look good at that age. And we're past it.
And we're past it. It's all over. Close down the bridge. Operation Shutdown.
Yeah. So
you think we're heading into dark territory now, folks? Wait till we turn 60.
Yeah. Who knows though? Maybe we'll have a good second act. Maybe we'll be like John Hasman or something. Or George Burns.
oh God. No pun intended.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it really was.
So the Muppet Show itself it had 21 Emmy nominations and won 4 times. So that's pretty good for a puppet show.
Now, did Kermit the Frog ever get the Emmy?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, but could be. And Muppet, if you need reminding, is a portmanteau, a combination of marionette and puppet into the word Muppet, is a neologism, which became very popular.
Very.
Yeah. So, but that's where he got the idea for Muppet as opposed to puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who actually worked with, and this is a Star Trek connection, but I actually didn't do that with this show, but Gates McFadden from Star Trek The Next Generation worked with Jim Henson. And
in what capacity? What did he do?
I think her involvement was
her. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think it was it in Labyrinth? I think that.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
I saw Labyrinth, but I don't remember. Was that before Next Generation or after Next Generation when that was out? I never watched Next Generation, so.
Well, Next Generation was 1987 to 1994.
Right. When was Labyrinth? That was also 80s.
I think it was 80s. I might be wrong on that. I might be off. I'll have to get back to you on that, Ross.
I don't care. I said no if you knew. Yeah.
But I'm actually trying to remember when that movie did come out. Somebody's going to beat me to it though, because I'm trying to remember. But no, you know what? She was the director of choreography and puppet movement for Labyrinth and The Muppets Take Manhattan. So there you go. Yeah.
And she was an actress on Next Generation. She was in the show.
She was huge. She was she played Dr. Crusher for 7 seasons.
Oh.
And Labyrinth was actually in 1986, so it was the year before. And The Muppets Take Manhattan was 84, so it was literally 2 to 3 years prior to Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I've always been a Dark Crystal guy myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If I had to choose between the two, but
Martin was saying yes, Labyrinth was right, and then Shari said 1986. Yeah, there we go.
So Michael Caine was between his 2 Academy Award wins with this movie, because he was nominated a ton of times. He was nominated over a course of, I think, 5 decades. Every decade he was nominated.
That's impressive.
Which was apparently only one other actor at the time had the same honor, and that was Jack Nicholson. From the 1970s to the 2000s, I think it was, they were nominated every decade.
Wow.
It's not the only time it was done, but it's the only time in that window that it was done. Before that, I guess Laurence Olivier was nominated a bunch of times, and then after that, Denzel and Paul Newman was over a spread of there was a break. There was a decade where he wasn't nominated or something.
Right.
So it ruined his run. Yeah.
But you know what's brilliant about these actors, all the ones that you've just mentioned, they're so natural. You can see them in any type of role, and they are that person that they're playing in that specific role. I mean, there's some actors, I'm not going to throw any names out there, but where you go to a movie and you see them and it's like, oh, okay, that's so-and-so in that role. And you see them in that role, you see them in another. You never see a different character. It's like, it's just,
right.
You know what I mean? But with these powerhouses, they're like chameleons. They can be very weak. They can be very strong. They can be very tender. They can be, vivacious. It's just, they're just so diverse with their different characters, and it's not easy, and it's very, very impressive.
Yeah, there's two kinds of actors. There's like John Wayne, where he's always John Wayne in every movie. Yeah. Variations of the character, variations of his personality, or his presence, his image. Mm-hmm. And then there are people like Daniel Day-Lewis or Paul Mooney in the old movies that are always somebody different every time they're in a movie. They just become totally absorbed in the role. I don't know what I classify Michael Caine as, because he's always Michael Caine, even if he's playing different parts. I guess he wasn't quite so Cockney in this one.
Yeah.
He didn't blow the bloody doors off. I don't think he said bloody once in this movie.
No, I don't think he did either.
But
I think you're bloody right about that, Ross.
Yeah. But this is a guy who'll do anything, though. I mean, you got to admire the fact he made something like 350 movies or something.
I know.
Something ridiculous. How many did I write it down? 130 movies. All right, not quite 350. So it's not the most that anybody's ever made. But he did 130 movies, and he made some pretty bad ones, but he made some pretty good ones too. So, he never stopped working. He always had offers. And just when you thought, oh my God, Michael Caine, stop making these movies, then he's nominated for an Oscar. So, okay, Michael Caine. Yeah. So the two wins for Hannah and her sisters, and for The Cider House Rules. Just if anybody's keeping track. So this is like right in the sweet spot where, it's just so good to see Michael Caine in a movie, and he always gave a good performance even in the bad movies.
Yeah.
He never saw Jaws 3D, he claims.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody in an interview, which gets shown frequently on social media, there's a clip there where somebody asked him if he saw Jaws 3D. And he said, no, but I saw the house that it built. I saw my mother's house that the paycheck built. Or whatever. And it's beautiful. So I'm paraphrasing. I ruined the quote, but
that's all good.
It's out there. Spoiler alert.
Well, Martin just said Michael Caine just did a movie.
Really?
Recently. Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
So he's one of these guys who can't retire.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what that film is. But he's doing the sequel to The Last Witch Hunter #2.
What?
Yeah.
So Michael Caine needs money. Last Witch Hunter 2?
Yep.
It's not even the first one? Well, was he in the first one?
I don't know. That I don't know.
Is this a movie or a video game?
It's a movie.
Is he just doing the voice for... All righty. Okay.
So there you go.
You go, Michael Caine.
Oh, by the way, Randy said he bumped into Gates McFadden in an elevator back in Chicago. I actually saw her how many years ago? I think it might even be 5. It's crazy that, again, the time frame. She was up at Ticonderoga, and I saw her then. I think it was before she did Star Trek Picard, which was in the 3rd season. And I know you don't watch Star Trek Next Generation or anything, any of that stuff.
I can listen. I wish I could participate more, but I
No, it's all good.
I've told you this before. I was at school And so I didn't, I had a little TV set that no bigger than this laptop. The screen might have been smaller,
I
black and
remember
white.
those TVs.
Yeah, they had the rabbit ears and
Yep.
everything. And so I asked my parents to tape it for me. So my stepfather goes over and he decides he's going to grab one of my tapes. So he went and taped over some Marx Brothers movies or something, so I can, which I had to stay up all night to tape because it wasn't on constantly like they are now. We didn't have TCM yet. It was before TCM. But he taped it, and I didn't get around to watching. I finally sat down and watched the thing, and I said, "What is this? Too many characters. Wait, it's supposed to be like Kirk and Spock and McCoy. How am I going to remember all these people? This sucks."
The ensemble. It's the ensemble.
I know. So I didn't give it a fair shake. Yeah. But I, when I was over at a friend's house, if he had it on, I'd watch some of it. And yeah, it was enjoyable. It was fun. And I love Patrick Stewart. I always liked him.
Oh, yeah.
But I never got into it. And what's his name? Number 2, whatever is it?
Number 1. Jonathan Frakes.
It depends on your perspective.
He's actually he lived in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Exactly. And he walked into a bookstore that I worked in Philadelphia. I didn't say anything to him, but I recognized him. So,
yeah, I used to work with somebody that worked or lived very close to where his mom and dad lived in Bethlehem. This is years ago. Mm-hmm. And when he would come back into the area to visit, he would see this guy Ryan, and he said he would see Jonathan with sometimes with, I guess he's married to Jeannie Francis from General Hospital. He would see them walking, and because it was literally like across the street in the neighborhood. It's crazy though. But yeah, Bethlehem.
That's great. It occurs to me that I saw him and I saw James Doohan in 2 separate bookstores in Philadelphia. So the Star Trek people must be very literate people.
There you go.
They love their bookstores.
But yeah, now did you see this movie in the movies?
I did not. I didn't even know it was 90s. When we were kicking things around, I don't even remember why this came up. It was just, did we know what to do, or did I throw a bunch of stuff out and I mentioned this one and you said, let's do that one?
I think you mentioned, yeah,
because it was by far the least offensive option, probably. I don't even remember what the others were, but
no, this was definitely fun. I didn't see it in the movie theater either. I
Did
remember
you see
what
it
it was.
Before? Ever?
No, and
neither did I. Yeah,
I watched the Muppet Show, but I have not seen. This is actually the first Muppet movie that I actually had seen.
Oh,
yeah.
We saw my family went to see the first one, the Muppet movie, at Radio City Music Hall. Actually,
oh wow.
So the Rockettes and then the Muppet movie, and yeah, and it's funny because just 2 years, I'd say within the last year or two, I heard for some reason Rainbow Connection, and it really brought a lot of stuff back. It's such a beautiful song. It was nominated for an Academy Award, but it was Paul Williams, who of course is Muppet royalty.
Yeah.
He did the songs for this movie, and also apparently for Emmett Otter, the jug band Christmas. Yeah, there he is. He didn't look like that back when he was doing the Muppet movie, though. Everybody remembers what Paul Williams looked like in the 70s.
It's crazy. You talk about somebody, I mean, he lost a lot of weight, and, he's got the buzz cut. He used to have the really long, like hippie-ish hair. He was probably maybe 60 pounds heavier than he is there in that picture. But yeah, I mean, as you're saying, it's like totally night and day. Looks like 2 different people.
Yeah, he was everywhere in the 70s.
He was.
He had such success as I don't know if you want to hold off until we're going to do the composers for that, but he did do the songs for this movie. But yeah, Rainbow Connection opens the Muppet movie, and that was kind of a cool movie because they had so many cameos by people that were well known in the day that agreed to come in and do just a scene with the Muppets. So that was fun. And it was also the first time I think we saw Kermit full length. He rides a bicycle in the movie, and I remember everybody's cracking up. Here you see him walking down the street, the cobblestones in the one scene. But at that point they had they could use computers and things. I don't know what they did used in this, but I know they did use CG in some of the scenes, which surprised me. But it wasn't like as over the top as it is these days. I thought it was really pretty tastefully done.
Yeah, definitely. Because sometimes it really gets out of control with all of that.
Yeah. Oh, and now it does really, but yeah, they used it a bit with there was a scene where they walk out of a building that's got swirl and they step out of the buildings, and that looked like that was computer generated. And I guess with the Ghost of Christmas Past, they did
Right.
it was almost like a cloud tank effect, but they did that. They filmed her in water against a green screen, so yeah, I'm not sure how much they would have touched that up, but they had the technology already in 1990. 92.
22, yeah. It was just starting. It was
I think was it young Sherlock Holmes that they always credit as the like that stained glass man that steps down out of the window. Is he the one that they always kind of credit as the first
I'm not sure,
character
but
in the movie? Not. I remember the dancing baby you always saw that always drove me crazy. That made me hate computers for all time. It was so nauseating. But it wasn't a feature. It was just a demo thing that circulated. And in fact, that's what kept me from seeing Toy Story, because everybody raved about Toy Story. I said, I can't take 2 hours of that baby doing this. So
Toy Story was enjoyable.
Humbug. I know. And then I finally saw Toy Story like 20 years later. I said, hey, it's a pretty good movie.
It was definitely enjoyable.
They had a good thing. I think the first 3 of them were all pretty good. I said they got to stumble at some point. Like, did they do a 4th one? Is that what it was?
Probably.
It didn't get reviewed as well, but I didn't see it. So
sometimes they try to milk it, and it just gets out of control.
Yeah, it's like gamblers. It's like you're gonna put all the chips back on there, and it's like, no, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, it paid off. It paid off. All right, let's do it again. It's like, no, don't do it again.
Don't do it. Martin said, Muppet's Christmas Carol is on my list of all the adaptation of A Christmas Carol that I watch in December. Well, yeah.
So what's does anybody have a favorite? I know that's from comments on the internet that this is one of the best loved ones, and I can't really see that. I'm not of that generation, I guess maybe, but I don't think it's the most faithful. I don't think it's unfaithful, but I think when people say, "Oh, it's the most faithful version," I don't think it's the most faithful version, and they say it's my favorite version or the best version, and maybe it's not mine either. Okay, young Sherlock. I mean, people love the Alistair Sim one from the 50s, early 50s. Everybody thinks it's older than that because it looks like it's from the 30s. It's
because everybody. It's funny you're saying that because everybody says that you're right. They always say it's like the 1930s. Wasn't that like 1951 though? That
was 51, but I don't know if it's because there was not a lot of money after the war. I don't know if it's that or the fact that it was in public domain and it got run off. Copies got run off so many times that it kind of dilutes it, makes it cloudy. Yeah, but I've seen it cleaned up as much as they're going to clean it up, I guess, and it still looks old to me. I love it. I love that look. Yeah. But there is one from the 30s with Reginald Owen who plays Scrooge, and that's the one that gets shown on TCM all the time. I don't like it as much.
The one that I loved growing up. Now there's, which one was it? It was with, Albert Finney from 1971, 71.
70, I think 71. Yes, we did that one.
Yeah, you know what? I think
we did that one, and you know what? I always kind of took it for its. I saw it when I was a kid, but as I was growing up, I always took it for its camp value. But we did it a couple of years ago, and I loved it. I thought, wow, this is fun. Yeah.
It's probably one of the lost episodes too, Ross. Unfortunately, that's another one.
We don't know.
I think we did that probably in 2020.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I'll have to double check on that. But yeah,
maybe somebody out there, some fanatic, has some shrine to Ross and Roy. Roy and Ross, and they have all of the episodes, filed away.
Yeah.
If that's the case, contact Roy.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I'm going to talk about that a little later, but I'm
Yeah.
going to put that out there. I'm going
But
to talk about it now. But yeah, definitely. And the other one that I really like a lot is the one. It's crazy. It's from 20 years. It's 20 years now. It's oh my God.
Kelsey Grammer, you said.
Thank you. Yes.
I remember you mentioned that once. I never saw it. Somebody put up the George C. Scott one. I love that one.
That's another good one. Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's funny because it has kind of like a TV movie feel about it. Ordinarily I wouldn't like that, but he's so good in it, and he's so different than all the other Scrooges. He's like the most realistic Scrooge, but I think they do a really good job with that.
Did you ever see the one with Henry Winkler?
No, was that American Christmas Carol? Is that what it was called or something?
Yes, and it was.
I never saw that. Yeah,
it's actually very enjoyable too. We watched that. I think it was before COVID. I think it was like right before COVID, and it was like Christmas Eve. We watched it, and it was really good. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'll have to keep my eyes open for it. There was one year, I think it was in the 80s. In fact, I think it was after I graduated. So it might have been like 89. Yeah. And I decided I was going to watch every version of A Christmas Carol that came on. so I looked at the TV guide, and anytime a version of The Christmas Carol was on, no matter what time it was on, I would watch it that season. So I watched 10 Christmas Carols just to see which one I was the most faithful and which one I liked best. And yeah. So there were no big surprises. Maybe George C. Scott, but I think I knew about that one before. Go ahead.
I was going to say the one that was from the 70s. We're talking about Albert Finney. They when we were growing up, they would show that every year. They would show that at Christmas time, and then it just stopped. And I remember having this, and we probably talked about it. I had this. Do you remember you have a coloring book, but it was one of those large coloring books. It was like a giant coloring book. Right, and I remember having it out, and I would be, working on it while I was watching the movie. And
fun memories. Yeah, I used to have stuff like that with the colored pencils, and and there was a huge, the most unlikely craze was the craze for Charles Dickens musicals, which started with Oliver.
Wow.
But there were 3 or 4 of them that came after, because I remember there was Scrooge. There was one called Quilp, which is based on the old Curiosity Shop. It was Anthony Newley, I think, played Quilp, who in the book is a dwarf. And then there's another one that I didn't even know about that I found out about later, and I can't think of what it is. And of course there was Drood in the 80s, I think, or I never saw it. I don't even think they made a movie out of it, but it was on Broadway. So you have all these Dickens musicals. So what's my point? I kind of looked at Scrooge, the Albert Finney one, as kind of like a poor man's knockoff of Oliver. Yeah. But having gone back and watched it recently, I think the songs are pretty memorable, and I don't think there's any version that has such an explosion of joy at the end. I mean, that just goes on and on and on.
The Kelsey Grammer one is really good too. I really like the music from it.
Okay.
Very and I thought he really did a really good job with it. In fact, I probably talked about this already, but oh my goodness. Wow. I guess your memory really does start to go when you get older. That's terrible. I can't even think. I don't even want to say. I don't even want to go there because I can't think of it's terrible. I can't even think of there we go. Keith Wilson, who was the production designer on Space 1999, worked as a production designer on that movie, and if I'm not mistaken, he won an award. I think he won an Emmy for it, and it was really good because it was the town and everything that they did for that. But
and I assume you've seen the Patrick Stewart version.
Yes, and he was on Broadway. He was on Broadway, or he was in New York doing the one-man show for that
of Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
Could be. I don't know.
played. I think he did the reading, or he played different characters, but it was a one-man show. I did
Okay.
not get to see that, but
Hmm.
I know a few people that have seen it, and they said it was fantastic when he did it. This is going
Hmm.
back years ago, of course, at least like 30 years ago. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think Patrick Stewart was born in the wrong era. I would
Mm,
have loved to have seen him in a black and white version
right.
back in the day.
Now, did you see you saw him in that, right?
I saw part of it.
Okay.
I think it was one of those things where I was on my way out and I just saw.
Yeah.
Maybe I did see it though. Yeah, now that I think about it, I could have seen it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Mm.
For somebody who claims to have seen all these things, I can't even remember now if I saw it. I remember him falling into the grave and that whole deal.
Right.
But I can't remember if I was just passing through the room or if I was watching it. Um, I don't know. Maybe I was smashed.
Uh,
I don't think so though.
Martin commented. He said the Scott one has a road to Trek in it as one of the actors who played in a Trek movie. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Which one do you remember? Which
Yeah, let's
character?
curious to find out.
Was it one of the ghosts, or was it the nephew Fred? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who could it be? Was it Cratchit? Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Who could it be? Maybe we'll do that next week.
Now. I won't sing. I'm sorry.
Believe it or not, it's just me. I know that's not what you were singing, though. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. But that was a good sci-fi connection, though. I really enjoyed The Greatest American Hero. That was a fun show.
Yeah. It was a fun, goofy show.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun that they made Fezziwig Fozziwig.
Yes.
It was, I mean, how could you not? Fozzie didn't have a lot to do in the movie, though, unfortunately.
Oh, he said Martin's. Oh no,
the guy who played Bob Cratchit played.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Sherry said, "Oh no, they are singing."
It's our rainbow connection, Sherry.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. No, Fozzie didn't have a big part.
No.
You know, it was cool though. It was, and I don't have a photo of it, but he was always one of my favorite characters. Animal.
Yeah.
Animal on the drums, and he's at the when they're doing Fezziwink's annual Christmas party.
Right.
He's the band, and he's just kind of going really light on the and then he starts rocking out as only Animal could do. Oh, too much fun.
Indeed. And Statler and Waldorf were in there. I knew it was coming, even though I didn't know. I knew they were going to do. But when I heard him say Marlies instead of Marley,
yes, it was perfect.
At first, I thought, well, this would not be a mistake, And then later, they mentioned the Marlies again, and of course, it's Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah, there they are. They're the hecklers, and they're at the when he goes back into the past, Fezziwings, right? He sees them, and they're heckling then too.
Right. And they're younger.
The younger versions of themselves.
And that's pretty good. Caine played it pretty well with them. He didn't. He acted like they were real, that they weren't just puppets, and
he played it completely straight. And it's like he said, he never winked into the camera, never grinned. He played it like Shakespeare.
That's pretty good. Because Bob Hoskins did the same thing with the cartoon characters and Roger Rabbit. And apparently, one source said he was one of the actors considered for this role, but they ruled him out because they thought he was too short. I don't know if that's true or not. And the most bizarre choice, did you read this about Jack Lemmon? Somebody had the idea that they wanted Jack Lemmon to be Scrooge. Could you imagine? And he said he'd do it, but he wanted to play Kermit. And they don't think he was joking.
He probably wasn't. Probably wasn't.
I don't know. Walter Matthau would be a better Scrooge than Jack Lemmon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That truly would have been an odd couple.
Jack Lemmon could have been Cratchit. Yeah.
Cratchit.
Yeah.
No.
The American Cratchit.
Yeah, there was and in regards to the ghosts, here are the three ghosts.
Yeah.
Past, present, and future. The future was always my favorite because the future ghost just always seemed very ominous and just very I just
that's the spooky one. Yeah. Although I have to say in this one, the one from the past was pretty spooky. with the tendrils of that dress flying around.
Yep.
Whoa, what's this about? And then the Ghost of Christmas Present, I kept wondering how this character kept changing sizes and aging, which doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, that was the first, and he was turning into Santa Claus.
True, but he's saying that he's only alive, that he had 2,000 brothers, and they only live for the year, you would think, but I guess it's only one day, Christmas, right? But it's not really. I mean, we only celebrate it for one day. But I don't know. So those are the designs for the creatures. The Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come was always kind of a creepy one. Oh, no, nobody mentioned the Mr. Magoo Christmas Carol.
Oh my God, good catch, Russ. That is also a favorite. I used to love to watch that each year. Love that one. Man, it's on a stage too, which was always really cool.
Yes, it was meta.
Yeah. Not to be confused with the Planet Meta from Space 1999 episode number 1, Breakaway.
But I wanted to smack that kid with the raspberry jelly, though.
Was he getting to you?
He was getting to me, Roy. Too cute.
Too funny. Yeah. This movie was budgeted at $12 million, and at the box office, it did $27.2 million, and was released on December 11th of 92. So we are literally coming up on its 33rd anniversary. If you can believe that. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I didn't know it was so late to begin with. It was 92, but now the 92 was so far in the past. That's even creepier.
Yeah.
There were in jokes, like somebody mentioned that Mickle, I think Martin mentioned that Mickle White's was on one of the stores.
Yep.
And I think that Statler and Waldorf were there as haberdashers, and there was somebody else's name. Yeah, there were a few in jokes with the Muppets and the people involved with the production on the buildings, and they did some interesting things with the perspectives of the buildings and things. Some of them weren't just to make it look bigger. They would do forced perspective and things of that sort. It was kind of fun. I like when they do stuff like that, like physical effects where it's all what they call it, practical effects, as opposed to the stuff that's done with the keyboard. To me, it's more fun to see the magic.
Yeah,
in the eye.
It's real.
Yeah, making it look real, right?
It really does. Martin said, then you have the Quantum Leap version.
Oh my goodness! Didn't you try to get me to do the $6 Million Man version one year?
Yes, in fact, I was actually going to pitch that idea for us to discuss that maybe in the weeks ahead. But I think,
oh my God, if
maybe
we do, we should. Yeah,
we could save it for next year.
Kick it down the road. Wasn't Ray Walston in that one?
He was.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Everybody did a take on the.
That was actually a fun movie, and I actually remember watching that when that was originally on too. That's the funny thing. I saw that. It was a special. It was a 2-hour, they would break it up into 2 parts when they would sometimes do this, but it was actually a 2-part episode that they did as like it was like 2-hour special is what it was. And it was good. It was festive is what it was.
I don't think I've ever seen a Christmas Carol that was exactly the way I wanted it. It's like if I could take little bits out of every one of them, I could make the perfect Christmas Carol. Because even the Alistair Sim one, I like it because it has the where the Ghost of Christmas Present opens his cloak and you see ignorance and want, like the kids, with they're all wan and starving, and they have the dark circles around their eyes, and it's all spooky. And also when he looks out into the street and you see the poor all and the ghosts. Oh, it's the ghost is what it is, writhing around. It makes it look like the Cruikshank illustrations in the story, but it doesn't have the line about every fool who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding with a stake of holly through his heart. I don't think it's in the Sim version, and that's always a big disappointment for me. I could be wrong; it might be in there, but I don't think it is, because otherwise, that's my favorite version.
Oh, there you go.
But
Shari said, Ross, you could play Scrooge. Lots of laughs.
Yeah. It would be the John Wayne school of acting because I just play myself. Blackadder. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's done one.
Yeah. The list goes
Rich
on.
Little. Rich Little Christmas Carol. Remember that?
I don't remember that, but I remember Rich Little.
On HBO. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because some of his impressions are right on.
Well, it's funny. Frank Gorshin referred to him as the other guy. And they both were pretty much at the same time.
And some of them you just laugh because you know who he's trying to be, but he's not really sounding a heck of a lot like him. But he was great as George Burns and especially as Jack Benny. But who knows who Jack Benny is anymore? You know what I mean? And he's still alive, Rich Little.
I was just going to say, when was the last time you saw Rich Little though perform?
I haven't seen him forever.
No.
He hasn't been over in a while.
Yeah.
But he was playing Vegas for a while. But I'm not sure. He's probably retired now.
Yeah.
He's up there. But yeah, some of them were pretty good. But I don't know. I don't think his Groucho was very good. But you knew he was supposed to be. So
he's really not that old, though. Rich Little is only 87. Only.
I know. Well, if he really wants to be George Burns, he's got a ways to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to do a realistic George Burns.
Hey Ross, I'm gonna have to put you in the limelight for like literally 60 seconds.
Oh, man,
I will be back.
Let's see what I got on the table here. What do I got? I got tons of CDs. Nobody wants to see that crap. All right. So let's see what's on Ross's desk. Here's my my Eugene Ormandy collection. See, this is the second of two collections here, but the complete Sony, which were then Columbia Records recordings of the Philadelphia Orchestra and Eugene Ormandy. The stereo recordings. There was an earlier mono set, and supposedly it was an RCA set that's coming out. I also have these Christmas books, which they're just collected stories. I think I read from this once in a while during the year. Oh, and here's one on St. Nicholas, Life and Legend. Today is St. Nicholas Day, by the way, patron saint of children. And of course, the real Nicholas, he brooked no nonsense. He's the one that would punch out heretics. And, he would do good deeds. And then when somebody acknowledged it, he would be real gruff about it and shrug it off. He didn't like to be thanked. And here's the Santa, thanks to Thomas Nast and later Coca-Cola. That's who we have as our St. Nicholas. But anyway, it's a book about that. And look, the author's name is Martin Martin. There you go. So I have many more Christmas books, but these are just the ones sitting on the desk. And what else can I entertain you with? What do I have back here? Probably, I showed you Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein and the soundtrack for that. I have a lot of classical music. You probably don't want to see any of that. Is he coming back?
Yeah. Hi, Ross. Thanks.
Hi, Ross. You got me wondering what's on my desk. What's on Ross's desk? Oh, look.
What else you got?
It's Mel Brooks.
Oh, I love that movie. We got to, You know what, Ross? We have to cover High Anxiety. Was that 77 or 79?
70. I'm not sure. 78.
Oh.
I'm not sure. This isn't the complete. This is I had this on LP, and it's John Morris's songs from several of the movies, and and music. Yeah, it's got the theme from Young Frankenstein and everything. But I didn't have it on CD, so I picked it up.
Gotcha. Hey, Bill's out there. Hey, Bill. So, I
Hey.
want to say hi to Bill and Mary that are joining us. And Bill's saying
77.
77. Yeah, I thought it was, wow.
So next year is actually John Morris's 100th anniversary. He's not with us any longer, but Mel Brooks is regular composer. So I think I'm going to do a show on him next year if I can get enough material. He did Clue and a bunch of other stuff. So.
Well, thanks for all that information, Ross. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Roy.
And
I'm just stacking up interesting things here. Let's see what's in.
Yeah, and we'll definitely have to cover High Anxiety. That'll be a fun film to talk about.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Bill's saying hi from Long Island. Sorry we're late. I was out buying a tree.
You're excused.
'Tis the season.
'Tis the season.
Ho, 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 ho.
So should we do the whole thing over again for him? Should we catch him up?
Oh, and here's some other slides I got too.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Piggy made the cut.
She had a big part.
She was what, Emily, Bob's wife?
Yeah. And Frank Oz, of course, doing the voice.
Yes. Bill saying thank you, Ross.
A command performance. Yeah.
So yeah, this is a movie I definitely would say that you could watch more than once, because you might miss it's. You see these little things that are going on in the background because they're very detailed with everything with the Muppets, and even though it was over 30 years ago.
Well, why would that change anything? It being detailed?
No, I just mean that you might miss something on your first pass of watching the movie. So then when
I see. Yeah,
you revisit it, there's things you may pick up, which is kind of cool.
Definitely. Yeah, they did fill the frames with a lot of Muppet hijinks.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff to take in. We didn't mention the fact that, and I suppose it we could talk about it when we get to the music, but that the one song was cut from the film. Did you read about this?
Yeah, because they thought it was too depressing.
Yeah, Jeffrey Katzenberg thought it was too depressing, so they cut "When Love Is Gone," which really upset Michael Caine because they sing something when love is found at the end or something, and it made no sense. Right. There was nothing. No symmetry, no
balance,
no balance. Yeah, so and it also knocked the movie short because the movie was 90 minutes. Right. When they submitted the cut, Disney wanted a 90-minute cut, so they got a 90-minute cut, and then they dropped that song, and then it was down to 80-some minutes. Yeah. So finally, they restored it for its 30th anniversary. It's interesting though, because the copy I watched that I streamed, I think it was from the old Laserdisc, and the song was on there. So I don't know how it wound up on the Laserdisc. Maybe in between the elements were lost or something, because apparently the negative is gone. They took it from some other part of the process, but it was, it fits pretty seamlessly with the movie. You can't see any no balance in the force. You can't see any loss of definition or anything. It fits the film. Like, it didn't jump out at me that it was a restored scene.
Yeah. I was very well. I guess I shouldn't have been surprised, but that's where the suits interfere and intervene, and sometimes they just get their way, and it's the suits are almost never right.
Yeah, at least not that we hear of.
Yeah,
you'll have somebody like David O. Selznick who used to micromanage every aspect of everything, drive everybody crazy because he wanted his hands on everything when a movie was being made, and you hear about how he, you read about how he forged Gone with the Wind, and you really realize that wouldn't have been the movie it was if not for David O. Selznick. But you have these other guys, and it's always stories about, oh yeah, he ruined this, or he got rid of this, and this is why the movie flopped. This is why the movie makes no sense, or this is why why we had to have Kiss in the movie.
Oh no, not that film.
Well, I think the whole reason for making that film was for Kiss. We should do that for Christmas.
That's funny.
Maybe we should do that for Valentine's Day.
There you go.
Kiss. That'll be Phantom of the Park with the or the amusement park. I forget.
I seem to recall that being mentioned in the Starlog magazine too.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No. I probably would have enjoyed it more so than what was it? The Star Wars
Holiday special.
Another lost episode of ours.
Don't count on it. Oh man, you lost all these good episodes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I know. We got ripped.
You probably still have the beard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Fortunately, we have that one though. The Great Shave.
The Great Shave. Got to kiss the beard goodbye.
Yeah. You want to sing that?
Kiss the beard goodbye.
And unfortunately, I do have a surprise for you, but I'll share it with you after the show.
It's a Christmas gift.
Yeah, but it's from a mutual friend, but yeah. But
so we have a mutual friend, have we?
Yeah.
That's another Dickens book, Our Mutual Friend.
Well, there's the Star Trek connection too. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Tale of Two Cities. Yes. Yeah.
Indirect.
All roads lead to Dickens.
Yep. Yes. Now we have to revisit Santa Claus. Yeah, and that unfortunately is a lost episode, Martin.
On purpose.
No. I actually tried to re-show that episode, but the problem is, and I think I did, but it was through the link. Anyway, I'm just going to put that out there now. That's a perfect lead in. So unfortunately, folks, there are certain episodes that have actually gone away through, I'm going to be careful here, through the powers of the internet. I'll be kind and leave it at that.
Well, a certain site on the internet.
Yeah, or a certain site on the internet. And unfortunately, the backups did not take. So in the event that you may have downloaded Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi Corner over the past several years, or maybe some episodes, please let me know, because I would love to try to make those episodes not lost anymore. I have a feeling nobody did that though, but
yeah, probably not.
No,
and we didn't lose all. You didn't lose all of them. There are some that we have, but there is a block where you don't have them. So
yeah, and it's a painful block because there was a lot of stuff that was.
Yeah, the golden age.
Yeah, the golden age of Roy's Tie-Dye Sci-Fi Corner.
We still had a fire in the belly and a beard on the face.
Going through drive-thrus. That one got lost too, Ross.
Yeah, that's too bad that you never got them as video, because I know you put stills up for some of the other retrospective shows, but I don't think you did any video.
And we lost a lot of those retrospective shows too.
So many layers of lost.
The camaraderie episode.
It's like all those episodes, all those things you always heard about in the 50s and 60s that they scrubbed.
Yeah,
the early Avengers episodes and things.
It's like, how can that happen? How could you fools let that happen? Guess what? The joke's on us. Oh, Shari just put that up. The first show your wife was on, Lost. Yep.
Oh, man. That's Soylent Green.
Yep, Soylent Green.
Whew.
Soylent Green is now red.
Man.
So
does this mean we can do all those movies again, since we don't have... can we go back and do them again?
We can definitely do them over again, but it's not going to have the original charm. I'm more concerned. I'm concerned about that, but I'm also concerned about some of the special interviews that were done too.
Yeah.
I'm very upset about it. So,
well, you haven't given up yet, but yeah, it is depressing. You're not getting a lot of success with some of the options.
Yeah. So I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to look into. Again, it was a culmination of unfortunate circumstances with certain. What was the term you used, Ross? Internet providers.
Oh yeah.
And then also with
Certain sites. Yeah.
a faulty program that didn't back up. So
Uh,
anyway, that's
well, I was trying to. No, I was trying to tell Roy not to give up hope though, because I have a laptop that crashed last year, and a year ago, and I lost a lot of stuff. But I was able to reconstruct a lot of it because it turned out there were different sources where I could pull audio and stuff, but there's still a lot of stuff missing. It's a real pain in the ass because I want to go and it's like, oh yeah, I wrote about that before. I'll just pull off it. Oh, I can't get it. Like I have another newspaper article to write another interview with the guy that I interviewed back during the pandemic in 2020. And it's like, oh, I'll just pull out the old article and clean it up. Nah, it's gone. So it actually exists. We just can't get into the drive. It's because you need a password to get in there. Apparently it's so encrypted that not even like these clean rooms where you send it, they can't get into it. So
yeah.
But anyway, so I keep telling Roy that not to give up hope. There's, somebody you interviewed may have somebody that recorded the interview and not just shared the link.
Right. And, yeah, because the links are useless, unfortunately.
Yeah. But and I threw out my beard. I didn't save the beard, so it was tempting at first, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to save this beard.
Tossed.
You know who saved his beard? Matt.
Why does that not surprise me? That does not surprise me at all.
But don't worry, he probably lost it. It's in his apartment somewhere.
I'm sure it is, and it's probably grown back by now too, on its own,
by itself.
It's a lone beard. It's running rampant in Philadelphia. We're going down the rabbit hole, Ross. We're headed for the voyage to the bottom of the pit. But anyway, in regards to, we were talking about so before I jump to that, in the event that you have any saved copies, or if you think you may know somebody that does, please just send them our way. It's much appreciated. All right. Now, what I was going to say was, in regards to, oh, you know what? We'll do this. Starlog, always want to give Starlog a pass, because before there was the internet, before there was the possibility of a provider doing a deletion, we had Starlog magazine, which was something physical, something that you could hold, something that you could retain over the last X amount of years. And this was Starlog number issue 186 that dealt with the Muppets Christmas Carol. And it still exists, folks. It still exists.
I know, because paper endures, unlike electronics. But look down at the it's almost apologetic, like, all right, we've got to put this in here. But look, when he squeezed it. Above, what is it? What do they call that? The UPC symbol or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Let's put it right down here.
Christmas Carol.
Oh, Muppets okay, yeah. So he talks about Christmas Carol. Okay, so that's not the Muppet. Where's the Muppets?
It is Christmas Carol, Muppets at Play.
Muppets. Yeah. So it is Muppets, like in microscopic print down at the bottom. But it's Patrick Stewart that gets the headline.
Yeah, because Patrick was talking about
right.
Ships and Scrooge.
Do you think he felt like really competitive with the Muppets? Do you think that there was like some bad blood there?
That's possible.
Do you think he was going to mix it up with
I think he'd give him the coverage.
Maybe mix it up with Michael Caine a little bit.
Yeah, I think there was camaraderie there, Ross.
I don't know.
Bill's saying Starlog has been deleted. Well, yeah, the site has. That's true, but there's still the physical copies out there. So yeah, that's very true too, Bill. Yeah, I mean,
what do they do? Shut down their site?
What's that, Ross?
Did they shut down their site? Is that what he's saying? Or
Yeah, there was a site you could go on and you could look up everything. And I actually haven't been on that in a long time, and that might actually be gone now. But issues.
Everything on the internet is on the internet forever, except for the stuff you want.
That is so true.
It's like if there was a video of you naked at the Christmas party, that would be up until like the end of the internet. But try to find Starlog and it's gone.
It's always the stuff you want, Ross. It's always the stuff you want.
I leave it up to you, viewers.
We're going back to our old ways, Ross.
That's okay. You'll lose this episode soon enough.
Oh boy, it's good to laugh. It's been a rough one.
Who knows? Maybe we'll have somebody out there keeping it alive through the oral tradition, like Homer. They have to remember everything we say and then recite it to their children, and then their children can recite it to their children.
We're screwed, Ross.
Yeah, we're not living in the age of memory retention. Yeah.
All righty.
We need more Cyclops. Yeah. So, should we talk about the music or?
Yeah.
Or what you got here? What is this?
That's Brian Henson.
Okay, so this is his son. And then who operated the puppet? It was the Muppets. Operated Kermit was Steve Whitmire, who apparently was one of their regular operators. And, it was a big responsibility for him, and he felt really unsure about it.
Yeah.
But he said he had a dream that Jim Henson actually came to him like Merlin in Excalibur and told him that, he could do it.
And then the fear was gone.
Exactly.
Hey, Lou is out there. Hey, Lou.
Hey, Lou.
He's saying, "Oh no, I thought today was Thursday until a few minutes ago." That's all right, Lou. We've been digressing and going off on different tangents. So welcome to the show, and hopefully you'll enjoy the last 5 minutes. Martin saying Fahrenheit 451 of Roy's tie-dye. Yeah, pretty much, Martin. Pretty much.
So the movie was dedicated to the memory of Jim Henson and to also Richard Hunt, who voiced Scooter.
Yes.
Who performed Scooter. And I didn't realize they retired the character when he died.
I didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's why they. Yeah.
Great way to honor him.
Maybe that left the door open for Elmo. When did Elmo turn up? That was after my time.
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
On Sesame Street. Yeah. I just know he was huge.
Yeah. Tickle me.
Yeah.
You remember that? Tickle me, Elmo?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I remember.
Lou, he said you can recap the whole show for me. Haha.
Yeah, well, we already did that for Bill.
We did that for Bill, but this will be take 3.
How to pat a show.
Poor Lou. We don't want to put him through that. So, and then in regards to the music we were talking about earlier, and then this is a good segue in. So Miles Goodman, who was the musical composer, and then Paul Williams, who the songs were by, and then through the ingenious of computers, Ross, there is a photo of.
Paul there Williams. You go. You found one in the meantime. Good for you. Yeah. So that was Paul Williams in the 70s, right there, and he was huge in the 70s. He wrote wrote so many hit songs, and
he was everywhere.
He wrote for. Did I jot it down? Three Dog Night, Helen Reddy, the Carpenters. We've only just begun. That was his song, and
wow.
For Barbra Streisand, he did Evergreen, which was in the A Star Is Born. Won an Oscar for that. Remember the Phantom of Paradise, the Brian De Palma film? Yeah, so he played the bad guy in Phantom of Paradise and wrote the songs, of course.
Nice.
And Bugsy Malone, the one with Scott Baio and Jodie Foster. about the gangsters.
Sure.
They were all kids. He wrote the songs for that. Also wrote the score and songs. So he was, and let's not forget, he was in a lot of movies himself. I mean,
He
come on,
was absolutely.
he was in Phantom of Paradise, and he was, he was in the last Planet of the Apes movie, Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Remember, with the ape makeup.
Yep, I forgot about that.
And Smokey and the Bandit. He's in the Smokey and the Bandit movies.
Oh, Jackie Gleason.
Yeah, right.
Sheriff, right, and with Burt Reynolds, Sally Field.
Right. So, I mean, he was on variety shows. He was on talk shows. He was, he performed on the Tonight Show all the time. He was everywhere.
He was.
So huge. But, he had a long struggle with substance abuse.
Yeah.
So, with addiction. So this was kind of his comeback movie,
and just to jump in real quick about that was like, they were a little hesitant from my understanding, but then they gave him the opportunity, and that was really like the theme of the movie in a lot of ways too, because where Ebenezer is making a change. He's turning his life around. He's not being the person that he turned out to become, but he is turning into the person that he really was before he went down the dark path.
Yeah, it was a redemption arc.
A redemption, yeah.
Yeah. And that said, God love you, Paul Williams, but the songs are not his strongest songs in this movie. Took a lot of crap for it. The reviews were not good for the songs. There weren't a lot of memorable songs in the movie. I thought, maybe I'm being hard on it, but there were no rainbow connections. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I mean, that song about one more sleep until Christmas. It's like, how much further can we stretch this? But Irving Berlin really stretched some of them too. If you ever watch Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby and Fred Astaire, some of those lyrics are just not the famous ones like White Christmas or Easter Parade. Those are good, but some of them like Washington's Birthday or really stretching. So anyway. But good for him that he had his comeback. He's kind of Muppets royalty. He also did. I already mentioned he did the Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas, and he was on the show too. He was on the Muppet Show. So
yeah.
He was. Oh, and the theme. How can I not mention the theme to the Love Boat?
Oh, I thought that was Jack Jones.
Well, he wrote it. He wrote it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jack Jones sang it. What am I saying? Forgive me.
Yeah. Paul Williams did the theme to the Love Boat. So,
right.
I mean, come on. Give this guy some love.
I didn't realize he's 85 years old too, Ross.
Yeah, well, I know, because you just always imagine him being young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about pop culture, especially music. These guys you never picture them getting old, but they get old. Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And of course, Ringo Starr's still performing. I think he's probably about 85.
He's about 85 also too. Yeah. He's with Barbara Bach, who was in The Spy Who Loved Me from the James Bond movie.
And Caveman.
And that's how they met. They met on the set of Caveman. That was Caveman, I think, came out in 80, if I remember. 70. It was probably filmed in 79.
Maybe that can be our Christmas movie.
in place of the devil. Oh boy.
So Miles Goodman, the guy who did the actual underscore for the movie, the orchestral stuff that played, he's actually a cousin of Johnny Mandel, which I didn't realize. Johnny Mandel did a lot of arrangements, did a lot of film scores to movies like The Sandpiper and Harper and The Russians Are Coming. Sure. MASH. Freaky Friday and Caddyshack are just a few I picked out. Oh, and today somebody brought up Brennan. He's not here right now, but he brought up the fact that they made a movie out of Brenda Starr. Do you remember the comic strip? And
comic strip Brenda Starr.
Yeah. They made a movie with Brooke Shields and Timothy Dalton.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at the composer. It was Johnny Mandel. I said, "How's Johnny Mandel still writing, film scores at that point?" But apparently, it was his last score. So it was his cousin, and that's how Miles Goodman got into film scoring, because he had an English degree, and he started studying music on the advice of his cousin Johnny Mandel, and studied with somebody named Albert Harris, who was also an arranger and composer for people like Barbra Streisand, Roberta Flack, Cher.
Wow.
But he also wrote, kind of classical things. He did like a set of variations and fugue on a theme by Handel that Andres Segovia, the famous Spanish guitarist, recorded. But Goodman did orchestrations for Mandel's score for Being There, the Peter Sellers movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked a lot with Frank Oz. So that's kind of your Muppets connection. He did Little Shop of Horrors, not the songs, but the orchestral music that's in the film. Little Shop of Horrors, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, What About Bob? Movies like that.
Right.
So
quite a list, quite a resume.
Yeah, he too died young though. He died in his 40s. He was not very old. Yeah. I don't remember why. He may have had heart issues or something. It was a genetic thing, something in the family.
Yeah. That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Unfortunately.
I guess so. That'll do it, Roy.
No, it's just it's morbid, but it's
That'll do it. That's all, folks.
Oh shoot. Bill said went to see Ringo's All-Star Band and they were fantastic.
Wow, how long ago?
And he also said Starlog is on the Wayback Machine. Yeah, when did you see that, Bill?
Yeah, do you know the Wayback Machine? Do you know this? It's on archive.org. I thought he was just saying Wayback Machine because of the Mr. Peabody thing, but archive.org is where a lot of those old movies you can stream them.
You know what? Yeah. I was thinking if that's okay, gotcha.
But thanks, they have a lot of books and articles and things archived on there also. So the Wayback Machine is, if you go there and search under Starlog, I assume he's saying you could still find some of the content. So
yeah, I took it literal. I
did too. I thought when I hear Wayback Machine, I think of Sherman and Peabody.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what they took it from, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes us a few minutes, Bill.
especially tonight. I'm just a little out of sorts. But
especially on this forum, because it's all nostalgia based and nostalgia inflected. So as soon as we hear that, it's like, oh yeah, let's talk about Mr. Peabody.
Yeah, the Internet Archives.
Archive.org. Internet Archive. Yeah.
Archive.org.
Yeah.
But,
I use it all the time.
Yeah, I've actually, let's see. There we go. Share for the folks out there.
All right. Free plug for Internet Archive.
Yep, definitely. Now look at our friends at Facebook are sharing it too. Excuse me, I got it.
I toss them a few bucks every year. Archive and Wikipedia, not much, but just I give them a few bucks.
Well, if one person does that, and then everybody else does it, it'll add up. So
I think people do.
Yeah, and I think they're collecting right now too. So, like you said, a free plug. But no, thanks for sharing that information, though, Ross. I didn't realize the scope of Paul Williams. And then you start going through and seeing what he's done and his accomplishments, and he's definitely been around for a long time.
Yeah,
but he had definitely had his hand in the pot. That's for sure.
Sure did. What was that character he played? That character he played in Smokey and the Bandit, or one of the Smokey and the Bandit movies. I think they spun off into a couple of things.
Oh, did they really?
Well, because he was with somebody else. I can't recall anymore. There were two of them. Like one was short and one was tall and bulky, and I think his name was Ennis or Anus, Little Ennis, and then there was Big So and So, and I don't know. I think it took on a life beyond the movies.
So was that his character's name? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I might be misremembering, but
Yeah.
Come on, we're relying on a 50 or 45-year-old memory, you know.
Well, that movie came out almost 50 years ago. So that was
Oh
like
yeah,
a film that came out in 77, I think, 77,
yeah.
78 for
So we're
Smokey.
going back half a century here.
Yeah. And we were kids,
We were
literally.
kids, but that's when we remembered stuff. You know,
Right. Yeah, that's true too.
it's just on this end.
Lou said Pat McCormick.
Pat McCormick, I believe so. Yeah,
Thanks, Lou.
yeah.
There you go.
See,
Something
Lou's still sharp.
Yep, he's got it. Yeah, it's something that we have to check into later. We'll look that up. Any last comments about the movie, Ross? Before we go to the shout outs?
Nope.
Nope. Ross is like, eject. So anyway, we're going to go to the shout outs portion of the show. I'm just going to breeze through them really quickly. Bill is saying, Big and Little and Anus. Went to see it in my 77 TA. It was 1977. Okay, thanks, Bill. So yeah, 48 years ago, Ross. We get a free pass. So I want to give a shout out to our friends Mike and Mary Beth at Sci-Fi Distilled. They are on hiatus at the moment. They are going to be back on the 17th of December, which is a Wednesday night. They are on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Mike is actually on a cruise right now and posting a lot of really cool pictures. So if you have the opportunity to check those out, definitely do so. And I'm not sure what they're going to be covering when they do return, but that will not be this coming Wednesday. It will be the following Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And want to give a shout out to Country Gate Players, her friend Bill Scarrato, the owner of the theater. They just did their show that just finished, which was Frankenstein, which was excellent. So they are on hiatus until the new year for 2026. So to check out what they will be doing, you can go to their website, which is www.countrygate.org. Bill also has a website, which is www.billscarrato.com. So definitely check out Country Gate, especially if you are in the Belvedere, New Jersey area. And Captain Phil, our friend for Captain Phil's Planet, on WUSB 90.1 FM, Stony Brook, New York. The captain's schedule is on Thursdays at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he is also going to be on tonight at from 9 to 11:30 p.m. So you can check out the captain. Also, if you've been following the developments with the Eagle Obsession, our friend Jeffrey Morris has completed that. And for information about where it's going to be shown next, Jeffrey is touring around, and I believe the next stop is going to be in the UK. The website address is www.eagledocumentary.com, and it is a fantastic documentary. Yeah, I look forward to the folks out there. We've been talking about this for the last couple of years, and it is here. So check it out when you can, and definitely check out the website for information. And also, just to give a shout out for the Space 1999 convention that will be taking place next year in the UK. It is Manchester 1999. The dates are the September 11th, 12th, 13th of 2026. And then for information about the convention, you can go to the website, which is www.space199950years.com. And the guests so far that have been confirmed are Nick Tate, Anton Phillips, Suzanne Heimer, and also Carolyn Seymour. In fact, I just had Carolyn on just a few weeks ago, and we're talking about her career. So it was fun. So definitely check that out for updates. Go to the website. And I want to give a plug to my son, Ryan, who has a website for his running, and it's called Run by Ryan, Empower Your Run. He's offers an online coaching service, and you can check his site out at www.runbyryan.com. Ryan just ran in the New York City Marathon. He actually PR'd, which was wonderful. He did, which is 26.1 miles. He came in at 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 30 seconds. he placed 160th out of over 50,000 people. So it was pretty impressive, and he's very, very passionate about it. So in the event you are interested in for getting a coach, you can sign up on the website for free. There is no charge. However, if you decide to do a special tier, that's where the price goes from free to the respective pricing. So just check that out and make everybody know about that. And Ross, if you can let everybody know what you have coming up.
What time is it?
Right now it is 8:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, wow. So for like the next 12 minutes or so, you can catch Picture Perfect, which is all music from movies inspired by the by comics, funny pages kind of stuff, like Dick Tracy and Prince Valiant and the Phantom, that sort of stuff. And actually, the last few minutes, it's all the adventures of Tintin, which is actually the Ergay. They weren't comic strip things, but they were in proto-graphic novel kind of form. Anyway, that's Picture Perfect. That runs until 9 o'clock tonight Eastern on KWAX. Sweetness and Lights tomorrow morning, and that's all. I'm having a little bit of a holiday tea party is what I'm doing.
Okay.
And all the music is inspired by tea and drinking tea and eating cakes and that sort of stuff. So I've got an hour of that stuff tomorrow morning on Sweetness and Light. And The Lost Chord tomorrow night, it's all music by Sibelius, who's one of my favorite composers. And it's all vintage recordings, like early recordings from the 1930s and 40s. So that's vintage Sibelius on The Lost Chord tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern. You can find out more about it at my Facebook page at Classic Ross Amico. I should mention that website that I was working on is up. So you people here can go and check it out. I haven't formally announced it yet. And some of the older posts, we had to use some AI prompts and things to put it together. So it came up with like these goofy titles for my posts that some of them don't make sense. But these are all my Facebook posts from the last 16 years.
Wow, Ross. Now, what is the URL for the website?
Let me see if it's 16 years or 11 years. Last 11 years. 6,000 some posts. It's rossamico.com. Let me make sure I got that right. And it's not org. I think it's rossamico.com. It is. So you can check that out if you want. What I do every day now when I do my Facebook posts, I actually post them at my website, and then they show up automatically on Facebook and kind of on Instagram, but Instagram chops them off. So I haven't gone in there and kind of straightened that out. But anyway, so that's the big news there. I mentioned it tonight because we have time to burn.
No, that's awesome, Ross. I was going to actually bring it up, so I'm glad you did. I tried sharing it into the chat so folks can see it.
Yeah, I'll probably formally announce it in a post on Facebook on Monday. I owe a lot to this guy, Paul Moon, who's a friend of mine. I met him through interviewing him on the radio. He's a filmmaker, and we're working on a documentary. And he wanted to get this website up. So he's the one that really cracked the code and figured out how to get everything over from Facebook. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, yeah. Exciting. But yeah, I have to go back in and kind of like tidy it up. It's only in the stuff in the last 2-3 weeks that's pretty much the way it should be. So I've only got about 6,000 posts to clean up.
Only. Which
I probably won't do, but I'll just roll my eyes when I look at the old ones and see what the AI titles are.
I try to share the post, and I think it's saying there's an error that's taken place. I don't know why I'm not able to share it.
Are you looking for the website?
Yeah.
rossamico.com doesn't come up?
I'm actually in it right now, but it's not, for whatever reason, it's not sharing in the chat. It's saying an error, but I'm actually
probably he's got something on there that you can't share it. I don't know.
Maybe that's it.
Who knows?
That's okay. But yeah, thanks, Ross, and then congratulations on the website. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
That's a lot of material.
Yeah. Yeah, I was glad we could rescue some of it because, as you found out, you never know when stuff's going to be taken down, and
Right.
I had a lot of it backed up on my old the original drafts for everything on my old computer, and then that died. So
Yeah.
so you got to back
Yeah.
stuff up. Yeah,
Absolutely. It can be touchy.
I've just been pretty knock wood lucky. Yeah,
I just knocked.
thank you.
So with that said, Ross and I will be back next Friday, and that will be on December 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be discussing, as we continue our holiday month on the show, we'll be doing the 1996 Canterville Ghost. And that stars Patrick Stewart and Nev Campbell. So that'll be
Patrick Stewart, yes.
yeah.
So this is a movie this is a story that's been remade so many times. And it's based on the Oscar Wilde short story, and the story is only about 22 pages or something. So you can all go out and read it for homework for next week. Oh, hi, Dennis.
Have a great weekend too, Dennis. Much appreciated.
Thanks.
Oh, and Bill said backups one of the things I do for a living. Yeah.
Well, you have to enlist this guy.
Yeah. No, Bill's a good guy too. So
yeah, I've never actually seen this, so we'll see what they do with it. Patrick Stewart's in it though, so that's
gonna so it's got to be enjoyable.
Yeah, I've seen the old one with Charles Lawton a bunch of times. It's been done so many times. There must be at least 5 versions of this story.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everybody that's been out there. I know it's a busy time of the year, and yeah, we appreciate it. And if you weren't here live tonight, I want to thank you for tuning in on the rewind. And again, if anybody has backed up any of the shows, please let me know. Just reach out. It's we'll talk about that. And last words, Ross.
No, I've said enough.
Yeah.
That's I've never prepared. I always should have something pithy at the end. That could be the trademark. You'll throw it to me, and I'll send everybody home howling.
You're out of here.
Oh, he's so clever and quick. Anything to say, Ross? What time? All right, it's past my bedtime. See you later.
Time for dinner.
Time for dinner. Have a good weekend.
With that again, everybody. Bill's saying start again.
No. Time loop.
On.
Groundhog
Bill. Everybody take care. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.
See you next Friday.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend.